The Indiana Pacers defeated the Cleveland Cavaliers 129 to 109 in game 4 of their second round matchup. This game was a big disappointment. And I say this as someone who's not a Cavs fan or a Pacers fan, someone who's neutral, but this was a very disappointing game because after the Cavs had blown out the Pacers in game 3, I actually thought this game would be very competitive, that it would be a game decided by like a margin of victory somewhere around like, I don't know, 1 to 2 points up to like 5 or 6 in that range, that spread. And it fell very short of that. I was expecting both teams to be giving it their all to win this game because I felt whoever wins this game is going to win the series. This was another important game for both teams. And there was one team that did give it their all, and that was the Indiana Pacers. But the Cleveland Cavaliers, they melted down. This was a complete meltdown, a choke job, a sign of surrender, a team that had zero fight in them. The only fight I saw in this game was when DeAndre Hunter shoved Benedict Mathurin earlier in the first quarter of this game, where he shoved him after Mathurin had taken a cheap shot at him, which was a punch, I believe. And that was it. After that, I saw no fire, nothing. A team that was just essentially ready to go to Cancun. That's what the Cavs looked like to me in this game. I don't know why all of a sudden that they just gave up in this game. It was just strange after the heroics of game 3. I thought it was going to carry forward, but they got frustrated and then they just gave up. They had no heart. They just didn't want to try anymore. The Pacers got to them. You had to give credit to the Pacers for not getting down about not winning game 3 when they probably felt they should have gotten that game. Instead, they just focused on this game and they got it. They stole it from the Cavs. They beat them like like a guy stealing a purse from an old woman. That's what it felt like. It was brutal. Like, I tuned out of this game, I think after halftime, because I knew that the Cavs were just not going to win this game. They were like down by like 40 some points. Granted, the final score is 20 points, a 20-point loss, but it was a lot worse than that. They definitely padded their numbers in garbage time. That's what it tells me. But this game was over, and I think this is a huge indictment against Donovan Mitchell. This guy was starting to win me over in the sense that I never respected him as a playoff performer up until these previous 2 games. Like game 2, he was playing with a lot of heart, getting like 48 points. The last game, he had like, I don't know, I think 44, 45 points. I'm like, this guy's showing he's a true competitor and just someone that you got to respect. But this game, I don't know what the fuck happened to him. Like, he looked defeated, beaten down, and he just gave up. He shot 3 of 11 from the field, 1 of 5 from 3, finished with 12 points. And then after halftime, he completely gave up because allegedly he's claiming that he sprained his ankle during shoot around. They showed how it happened, I think, when he was shooting a jump shot during shoot around during halftime. But to me, it was strange. I think it was more like, hey, I'm done. I'm tapping out for this game. I don't want to play right now. I'm tired. I'm burned out. I'm mentally done. That's what that's struck me as, because I have a feeling if this game was close, if the Cavs were either winning by margin in this game or just losing by a small margin at halftime, he would have played in the second half. That's my belief, but there's just no excuses for the Cavs to lose the way they did. I know they've been banged up, but they had their full team back. Sure, you could say Darius Garland's not 100%. He's playing with that nagging toe injury, but Evan Mobley should be more than effective enough. And then you have, I'm trying to remember who else came back. You had Hunter, who was back, and Hunter was MIA outside of shoving Mathurin. Like, he didn't really do anything this game. But they had pretty much their full team, and they just melted down. They gave up. This is very embarrassing, and I now believe that they will lose this series. Maybe they win the next game out of just some pride, but I think the Pacers are not going to blow this series. They're going to win, and for a second year in a row, they will be going back to the conference finals. That's pretty much all I have to say about this.